Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome to the first episode of Chilling with Grande. So before we get started here, as always, make sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it, guys. It does mean a lot when you do that. Okay, so basically today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how I got into running, just fitness in general, what I do to prepare for it, how I stay motivated, just stuff like that. And it's really interesting. I'm just gonna get right into it here, I guess. So it's interesting because if you would have asked me like 3 or 4 years ago if I would have went for a run at all, I probably would have said no. Well, I definitely would have said no, and I probably would have looked at you like you were crazy, and I probably would have laughed a little bit because 3 to 4 years ago, I didn't even running wasn't a thing for me at all. I've only been running for a little over 2 years now. And it's absolutely crazy because, like I said, 3 to 4 years ago, I never would have imagined myself doing this. But so how did I get into running exactly? So basically, in 2020, of course, the world got crazy, right? It went into lockdown, so everything was closed. We couldn't go anywhere, and I actually ended up leaving my last job because of that. And just I'm not the kind of person that likes to sit around the house all day and do nothing. I like to go out at least once a day. So, you know, again, we couldn't go anywhere because everywhere was, like, every place was closed, right? So we couldn't go anywhere. So I thought, basically, you know, I just wanted to try something new, right? So, like, what motivated me to do it, like, start running? There was a YouTuber I used to watch quite a bit, not as much now, but he would always talk about how he'd go for runs in his stream, and you know, I'd see him post like his numbers on Twitter and stuff like that, and I always thought it was pretty interesting. I was always kind of intrigued by it, and yeah, just like I said, we weren't able to go anywhere because literally every place was closed. So just one day I was like, hey, you know what? I just want to try something different. Let's just try going out for a run, and you know, that's how it began. I just want to try something different. Now, also, guys, what I will say about this is by no means a tutorial on like how to run, how to prep for a run. This is not a tutorial at all. This is just like my personal, you know, my personal experience and how I stay motivated and all that. So it's definitely not a tutorial on what to do and stuff like that. I'm gonna be showing you guys like what I wear for runs mostly. And we're also going to be going outside a little bit later as well, so I can show you guys just a little bit of the area where I run usually. And yeah, it's just gonna be like a kind of an in-depth look because you guys hear me talk about running like a lot in my streams, and it's absolutely crazy. So like, just again, like 3 to 4 years ago, I never would have imagined myself doing this ever. Like I said, I would have said you're crazy. I probably would have laughed a little bit, but you know, I tried it once, and so my first run, it was just over 1 kilometer. I think it was 1.01 kilometers. And my pace was like 6:48 or 6:49 or something like that. Basically, that means that's how fast I was going. That's how long it took me to run a kilometer. So 6 minutes 48. It was something like that, 6:48. So I did that, and I remember that first run. I struggled like big time, just trying to reach that 1 kilometer. So that was my first official run, right? And like I said, that I struggled to hit that. Like, it was tough. So, like, how do I stay motivated? How do I keep going? Basically, I wanted to keep doing better, right? I want to try to do a little bit better every time. And I feel like motivation is not really something you can teach necessarily. You can kind of help people along the way. I don't know if you can necessarily teach motivation because for me personally, I've always been a pretty motivated person. Most of the time, I don't really need somebody to tell me to do something. I'm usually pretty motivated. I know how to stay motivated. So yeah, I went for a run, and I thought, you know, like, I wasn't really happy with this, right? So I wanted to try to do a little bit better next time, and then I just kept going from there, right? Just like an endless cycle. And you know, here we are now. Like I said, a little over 2 years ago is when I started running, and nowadays my average run nowadays is like 3.4 kilometers around there. So it's about a 22 minute run. So I'm definitely not like a marathon runner by any means. The longest I ever ran was like 8 kilometers. I have no clue how I did that, by the way, but that was pretty insane. I don't know how I did that. But yeah, typically I run about, you know, 3.4 kilometers, which translates to a little over 2 miles. We go by kilometers here in Canada mostly. So yeah, it's by no means am I a marathon runner. I'm definitely not like the fastest person out there. But it's absolutely crazy though, because like it's interesting because the running kind of it complements my YouTube very well as well, actually, because YouTube and running, they're similar in a lot of ways. It's like I want to stay consistent. I want to keep getting better, and they complement each other very well. It's actually kind of interesting. So like going for runs has actually helped me with my YouTube content, which might sound kind of weird, but yeah, it's crazy. Like I've actually acquired somewhat of a passion for running, and like I said, 3 to 4 years ago, I definitely would not have been saying that. I wouldn't be standing here saying that. Like I said, I just started running a little over 2 years ago. And it's amazing. Like you feel amazing afterwards, but after every run you just get that feeling of accomplishment, you know what I mean? Like you feel really good about yourself, and that's how it should be. And yeah, that's it. I mean, you know, running just basically we couldn't go anywhere because of the lockdown, and I was just sitting in my room, literally just sitting in my room, and I thought, hey, you know what, let's just try something different. And my first run, like I said, I wasn't happy with it, so I wanted to go out again. I wanted to do better. And, you know, here we are now. Like I said, my first run was just over 1 kilometer, right? And I struggle with that big time. But now, here we are today, and I run, like, I can hit 20 minutes, 3.3 kilometers every time now, no problem. Like, it's easy for me personally. But yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Just like a few years ago, I never would have imagined myself doing this. But, yeah, just here we are now. I go for runs. I try to go for one every 3 to 4 days at least. Now, obviously, I've had moments where I slacked off a bit. I think there was one moment earlier this year where I went, it was like 13 days or 14 days, I only ran once. So I've definitely slacked off at times, but for the most part, I've been able to stay pretty consistent. And like I said, I try to go for one run at least every 3 to 4 days. And that seems to work pretty well with me. It's just enough to keep me, you know, motivated, consistent. And, you know, everybody's different, right? Like I said, I'm definitely not a marathon runner. I go, you know, 20, 22 minutes. It's not, you know, it's not that crazy. Obviously, there's people that do way more, but for me personally, that's what I like to do. And, yeah, that's pretty much my story about how I got into running and, you know, how I stay motivated and all that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to show you guys what I typically wear during runs. Now, again, this is by no means a tutorial on how to run, what you should wear. This is just what I do personally. I'm definitely not an expert on this by any means. But yeah, just the whole idea of these videos just to be just something different, right? Maybe a little bit random, but that's the whole idea of this, right? I'm trying to step out of my comfort zone a little bit with these videos. And yeah, I'm just gonna show you guys what I wear typically for runs. Alright guys, so here is the clothing that I normally wear, nicely laid out. Maybe not nicely, but typically this is what I wear right here, what you see laying out right here. So basically I'm not going to spend too much time, it's nothing too crazy. So right here we have just an Adidas t-shirt. So I got this shirt and I've got a blue one exactly the same. So I'd say about 90% of the time I wear one of those two shirts. So the blue one's actually in the laundry right now, so yeah, that's the shirt I wear usually. Then I got just some gray Adidas pants. By the way, everything here, well, almost everything here is Adidas. I love Adidas clothing. I love the way it feels. It's light. It can be expensive though. Admittedly, it can be expensive. But yeah, almost all the stuff here is Adidas clothing. And I love it though. Just the way it feels, it's nice and light. And yeah, so here is the sweatpants. So I've got two pairs exactly like this gray one, and I've also got a black pair with a stripe down the side. So there's the sweatpants. Now shorts, I mean, I got about 4 or 5 different pairs that I rotate between. So this is a blue pair that I have here. Again, Adidas, they are all Adidas. And right over here, I got a couple of hoodies. These are typically the 2 hoodies I wear. Now obviously it depends, you know, on the temperature. Is it hot, is it cold? So I've got a couple hoodies. This first one here, this one's actually a zip-up hoodie, which I've been wearing a little bit more recently. I think I actually prefer that one. And then this one here is a pullover Adidas hoodie. So there's that one. And yeah, usually I wear one of those 2 hoodies. Again, obviously if it's cold, if it's warm, I'm not going to be wearing a hoodie or else I'd probably pass out. But yeah, there's the hoodies that I wear. And then also socks. So I've got basically 2 pairs of socks that I wear just in general. So I've got ankle socks, I've got the longer socks here. The longer ones are Reebok. And I think wait, what are these ones again? Wait, I think it's, yeah, Fruit of the Loom. I couldn't remember. So yeah, the ankle socks are Fruit of the Loom, and the longer ones are Reebok. Now, again, it depends on the weather, right? Like, if it's colder, I'm probably going to wear the Reebok ones. Most of the time, I'd say I wear the ankle ones. I prefer ankle socks, personally. But yeah, if it's like a really cold night and I'm out there running, I'm probably going to wear the longer Reebok socks. But yeah, those are the socks I wear. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, obviously, last but not least, we have the current pair of running shoes that I have. Now, this, I literally just got these shoes at Walmart. They're kind of beat up a little bit on the inside. You can see it there. It's kind of coming apart in the back. But honestly, they're still in pretty good shape considering how long I've been using these. Because I think I've had these now for, oh god, I want to say it's over a year now. And they've definitely been through a lot. Like, they're still in pretty good shape considering how much I've used them. But yeah, I literally just got these at Walmart. They weren't that expensive. They were like 20 bucks maybe, if that. And they're really good. Like, they got that breathable material there. You can see it. Super, super light, by the way. And obviously for, you know, running shoes, you want to have light shoes. And again, by no means am I an expert on any of this, guys. This is just what I like to do personally. But yeah, that's pretty much my wardrobe for running. The only thing I haven't included is obviously if it's like a really, really cold night, I'm gonna wear like gloves or a toque or something like that. But yeah, it's pretty much my wardrobe for when I go for runs, guys. So now we're actually going to take a little trip outside, and I'm going to show you guys just a little bit of the area where I go for runs. So I'll see you guys in just a second. Okay, so a few things. Number one, I'm inside my car, as you can see. I tried to go outside and record, but guys, it is very windy right now. There's a few things I realized real quick here about trying to record outside. Number one, it's very windy in my town a lot of the time, so it might be difficult to record videos a lot of the time. So we're not going to be going outside for this video, unfortunately. I know that was the plan, but I've actually been trying to record this part for like a few days now, and it's windy every single day, so I figured, what the heck, I might as well just do this. I'll improvise a little bit. So we're going to be doing this from inside the car. I feel like I need to talk a little bit quieter because, like, I'm in such a closed-in area. But anyways, yeah, so we're inside the car now. I'm literally at the spot where I go for a run, so I will show you guys kind of the area a little bit here in a second. I guess I can just go do that right now, actually. Alright guys, so here is the area where I go for runs. You can also see the trees kind of blowing a little bit there, so it is a little bit windy. It's not like ridiculously bad, but it definitely doesn't work too well with recording. So yeah, this is pretty much where I start my runs here. So I start here basically, and obviously it's gonna be hard to show you guys because I'm inside a car, but essentially I go around, and there's like a loop right around here that I take, and I do that about 2.5 times or so. And yeah, like I said, my runs are about 20 minutes long. And yeah, I mean, we're not gonna be going outside today, unfortunately. I wanted to, that was the plan, but eventually we'll get outside for one of these videos, guys. Okay, so we are back inside again. Sadly, we were not able to go out and walk around. I wanted to, but like I said, a few things I realized real quick. It's going to be very difficult for me to record videos outside because it tends to be windy a lot in the town I live in. So one day we'll get out there and we'll walk around, we'll do something, but not for this one though, sadly. But it is what it is, you know, we improvised a little bit. And yeah, just a couple other tips, guys, that I didn't mention in terms of like running. So eating, in terms of eating. Now for me personally, I typically don't eat anything within like an hour to an hour and a half before my run. Now obviously it depends what it is. If it's something heavy, something with a lot of carbs like pasta, I'm gonna want to eat that like at least probably 3 to 4 hours before my run. But again, it depends what it is, right? If it's something really small like a granola bar or something, maybe I'll have that like just before my run. But yeah, typically I don't eat anything within like, I'd say an hour to an hour and a half before my run, because obviously you don't want to cramp up or anything. We don't want that. So you definitely don't want that. And of course, the number one tip, always make sure you have water with you. So I know that probably sounds obvious, but hey, you never know. Some people might forget. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much it for the video. Now we're going to move into the Q&A section. So like I said, I'm going to be taking 3 questions either from these videos. Of course, this is the first video, so I don't have any questions from videos to go off of. And also, I have a Q&A section in my Discord server as well. So I'm just going to be pulling 3 random questions out of one of those 2 areas for each video. And at the end of each video, I'll be answering those questions. And again, guys, if you have any questions at all, just again, leave them in the comments below in this video or in my Q&A section in my server. And as long as they're appropriate, of course, if I find them interesting, then hey, maybe I'll answer your question in a video. Okay, so I've got 3 questions selected here. So the first question ever in Chilling with Grande is by Z Assassin. So he asks, what is your all-time favorite Mario Kart track? I actually said Mario correctly this time. So my favorite Mario Kart track, I think I still gotta say it's Royal Raceway, but man, Ninja Hideaway is making a strong case to become my favorite. The music in Ninja Hideaway is amazing, but for now, I'm gonna say it's still Royal Raceway. But it's tough though, it's really tough. There's some good tracks out there. Okay, so the next question comes in from Master Aura. So he asked, what is your highest round on Call of Duty Zombies? So Call of Duty Zombies, I actually used to play Call of Duty quite a bit, well, the zombie mode anyway. My highest round was 39 actually in solo. I was pretty proud of that back in the day. I know obviously there are people that made it way further than that, but yeah, I actually used to play COD Zombies quite a bit. But it's been a while since I played a Call of Duty game. It's been like years and years since I played one, but yeah, the highest round I made it to in Zombies was 39. I believe it was Black Ops on the first stage. I forget the name of the stage, it's kind of escaping me at the moment, but yeah, my highest round was 39. Alright, so the third and final question of the video is by Aaron Engineer. So he asked, what is your favorite shooter game? So my favorite shooter game, again, shooter games I don't really play a whole lot anymore, but my favorite without a doubt is still Halo. I used to play Halo a ton back in the day, especially mainly the second one. I think the third one was the big one for me, Halo 3. I used to play Halo like literally every night. It was just me, my brother, a couple of our buddies would come over. We'd play like literally every single night for hours, and not gonna lie, I kind of miss those days a little bit. But yeah, if I had to choose my favorite shooter game, it's probably still Halo. I used to play it a ton back in the day, like I said. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for the first episode of Chilling with Grande. Now, it didn't really go according to plan. Like I said, I did want to go out and walk outside a little bit, but it is what it is, right? We improvise a little bit, and eventually we will get out there. I'll walk around and we'll do something, talk about something, but, you know, we improvise a little bit, and yeah, it was you know, it definitely felt a little bit, I'll admit, it did feel a little bit awkward at times recording this video because I'm not used to standing in front of a camera talking like this, but it's good though. I definitely feel like I'm stepping out of my comfort zone a little bit, and if you guys have any tips, any suggestions, things you want to see me do different, if you have any questions, of course, for the Q&A section, again, I'll be taking 3 questions and answering them at the end of every episode. So yeah, definitely let me know, guys, if there's anything I can improve on, or if you want to see me do, just any suggestions at all, because I'm a very open-minded person. So yeah, just if you have any ideas, let me know, guys. But anyways, I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. Thank you all so much for watching episode 1 of Chilling with Grande. If you did enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video.